Hi, third graders.
Hi, Brookhaven Country Preschool.
So we are so excited because the last video you guys had watched, we were watching them grow and grow and grow. So we wanted to talk about the steps. There's the 4 big steps, or the 5 big steps, I should say, that the caterpillars, once we get them, that we have to do. So we did number 1, right, which was prepare the small cups and caterpillar food. So if you guys remember, we did that by putting all the food into the little cups. Then step number 2 was transfer the baby caterpillars to the small cups. So then,
we did over there.
right, remember,
brush.
Miss Arda took the little brush and we put all the little caterpillars into each small cup, and they were itty bitty just like that. And then step 3, which is the last video we just did, was to watch them grow. So what was really cool was we were watching as they got bigger and ate all their food, and then even towards the end we were seeing some of them starting to hang and create that web.
Right, so the web was to help them hang at the top of the cup.
Right, so we were reading a little bit more about it and doing some more research, and I was thinking that the web was originally what they kind of put around them to make their chrysalis, but it's not.
No, it is not. It is their actual skin that they shed, and when they shed their skin, that hardens around them and that becomes the chrysalis.
Right, so that's why it's a chrysalis and not a cocoon. So I was also doing research, and a moth, I know, I was just so excited about
New
it.
things we learn all the time.
Right, even as teachers. The moth, which is different than what we're doing right now, we're doing butterflies, but a moth goes into a cocoon, and they spin webs that go around the caterpillar to create a hard cocoon, whereas a butterfly creates a chrysalis, and like Miss Ardith just said, it sheds its outer skin, and the outer skin just kind of hardens around them, and the webs, even though we saw that they were making webs, the webs are just to help them to stick to the top.
Attach themselves on the top.
Right,
so
or on a
fall
branch.
off, or on a branch of a tree, so if it's a windy day, they're going to stay on the tree.
Right, so I thought that was pretty interesting, and now we know the difference between a chrysalis and a cocoon. So as we were watching them grow, you guys pretty much had saw the last step before they started actually changing and turning and hardening. But what's really cool is, as we were reading, it says that it takes 7 to 10 days, right? It was about 7 to 10 days before they were changing into chrysalides. So as they're hanging, I don't know if you guys noticed, but some of them, all of them, go into this kind of J formation while they're still their normal caterpillar self, and they make a J as they're hanging. Then, once they're ready and they're set, then, Miss Ardith,
Then they shed their skin around them and become a chrysalis, and then their shape changes a little bit, so they look more like a banana.
right, they kind of like almost look like a banana. So we're very excited. You can grab one, Miss Ardith.
I'm ready to show, I think.
This is, all of them have now turned into this chrysalis. And if you guys can see, it looks like this hard shell around it. And what's really cool is if you look at, even almost, you can kind of see, I'm shaking it too much, that its legs, you kind of can see where its little tiny legs were and how that hardened. And I'll turn it this way. And you can kind of see all how it's just totally hard, and it doesn't even look like a caterpillar anymore, which is the craziest part.
A lot of times, though, even when it's still and we're not moving it, they're moving in there. And the whole chrysalis, you see it shaking because they're changing and changing from a caterpillar into a butterfly.
Right. So we had made our last video on Friday, and then that night, we all of a sudden started looking at them, and some of them were just starting to get in their chrysalis. So it was really cool how we were seeing them to start harden. Not all of them were, but some of them. So I kind of just want to show you a little bit of each of them. These are all of the caterpillars in their chrysalis. And you can see how they're hardened, and some of them still have the webs, but remember, the webs are just to help stick them to the top. So it is now Tuesday. So it started at the very, very, very end of Friday, and it said we should wait about 3 to 4 days to now transfer them from their small cups into
To the big butterfly habitat that
Right.
they will open up in.
and so that now we just did step 3, that was watching them grow, and now step 4 is move the chrysalides to the butterfly habitat. So how it's telling us to do this is it says step 1, get your transfer brush. So we need our transfer brush,
Transfer brush.
butterfly habitat, which is back there, and strips of hook and loop fasteners ready. So basically Velcro, if you guys can see. It's like these little Velcro dots on there. Then it says, step 2, gently remove the lid with the chrysalis attached from a small cup. Step 3, using the transfer brush, remove all silk strands and frass, so the webbing is called frass, from the lid and surrounding the chrysalis. This is very important as any remaining silk strands and frass may entangle your emerging butterfly. So we have to be very careful as we pull it off. After that is step 4. We have to peel the first dot off the strip of hook. So we're going to peel that dot and loop fastener and stick it on the lid. We're going to stick it on the back of the lid that's attached to the chrysalide. So why don't we do one? So go ahead and stick that on the back of the lid.
There we go.
Good. So you guys can now see.
There it is.
Yep.
And that's going to stick onto the...
So now it's peel a second dot and stick it to your index finger. Index finger. So now she's going to peel the second dot.
Does it matter which?
Doesn't
They're
matter.
all the same,
They're all
gotcha.
the same.
Okay, to my index finger.
Yep. And now it says, press the side of the lid with the dot attached to it against the inside mesh wall of the habitat. So the teeth of the dot push through the mesh from the inside. So if you guys can look at the picture, and then we'll show you what it actually does.
So-
We're gonna try it. So why don't you gently pull off the lid? That was step 1, and I will see if there's any. Here, let's actually get it a little closer to the camera. Remember, the camera's up here. Okay, good. So now I do see some webbing, so I'm gonna try to get all that webbing off so that it doesn't entangle the chrysalide. Okay, so now I'll take this cup from you, Miss Ardith. And now we're going to go on the inside. Bring that on the inside and kind of push it through. Push those teeth through, good. And now you're gonna stick the other side right to it. You have to really push kind of hard together.
My finger. Okay, it should have worked.
Awesome. So now you guys can see that chrysalis is stuck to the outside wall and is hanging and ready to wait until it turns into a butterfly. So we're going to continue and do the rest of them, and then you guys will see the finished product at the end. All right, here we go. You guys, so I took this one out. I just want to give you a closer look so you can really see without the cup being in it. Okay, so it almost even kind of looks shiny, Miss Ardith. Did you ever notice that? Some parts look like really shiny.
Yeah, they are shiny.
It's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna keep going. You guys, you have to see this. So this one was one of the ones that fell on the bottom and wasn't attached to the top of its lid. And when I tried to move him, he wiggles all around. Watch, let's see if I can show you. Okay, see him in there? That little like,
He's changing.
look at him wiggle! Sorry. Oh my goodness. That's so crazy. I want to put him in safely. So,
Do it again. Show them again.
okay. Okay, can you see him in there? Ready? Oh, he's wiggling without me even touching.
Now. They're changing and changing.
So they're
and
still,
moving.
even though they're in these hard shells, these hard chrysalides, they're still alive in there. And they're moving and they're changing. It's pretty awesome. All right, so if you can see, me and Miss Ardith hung all of the chrysalis and the butterflies and the caterpillars. We put the big lids right on top. Excuse me. If you can see. Can we see them? Yeah, there we go. All right, so now, Miss Ardith, go ahead. Do you want to zip it up?
Zip it up.
All right, so we zipped it up. And if you notice, there's a few that didn't end up getting hung on the tops of the lids. And they told us that we should try to put them on paper towel in here. Some weren't as easy to get out, so we left in the cup. So hopefully they'll be okay, those guys.
We opened the cup up. So
Yes, we opened the cup. And then here's the ones that are hanging. Let's see if I can see the ones that are hanging from the top. So if you could see, those are the ones hanging from the top, and then the rest of them are all hanging on this side. We are so excited to see them grow and turn into butterflies, right?
hopefully we could see one actually coming out. I'll let you know.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.